resources, key volunteers, impact metrics, and then we'll also go over the pathways to engagement and participations. And at the end, we'll have questions and discussions. Few housekeeping rules. Please remain mute throughout the presentation. If you have a question, please put it in the chat or raise your hand, and one of the teams members will answer your question. If you're new to Teams, you can go to the React raise your hand button right there, or you can go in the chat. And if you're on the phone, please remain mute and just come off and just say I have a question. But other than that, we are welcoming you, and go to the next slide, please. Oh, why am not? All right, so this is our Southeastern Caribbean team. We have Tamikia, we have Lori, we have Jamie, we have Adrian, and of course me. We have Melissa, we have Rebecca, Krista, Fetma, Andrea, Terry, and our two lovely supervisors, April and Darlene, who helps run our team, help us run our division and keeping us on track for having a successful team. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jamie for him to bring us in for our icebreaker.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you for your continued support of the American Red Cross. Here at the American Red Cross, our mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors, providing disaster relief, emergency assistance for military families, blood services, which is most of us, and health and safety training guided by principles of humanity, impartiality, and community support. We're going to start today. If you have access to the chat, we would love to know a word or a phrase or a short story about why you volunteer, or if you're a staff member, why you chose the Red Cross, or if you're a donor, why you donate. Would love if you could type those in the chat, or if you want to come off mute and share, let us know that too. But yeah, is there a word? Is there a phrase? Why are you here? I'll go first. And I've shared this with many of you at other meetings and events before. I chose the Red Cross. I was a volunteer for years and years before I became a staff member, but I chose it to make this a career because I felt it had a real purity of purpose. And I felt really, really good and positive about that purity of purpose. Coming into the chat, Andy says compassion. What a wonderful word. Thank you, Andy. Lori, my father was the station manager with the Red Cross for 20 years. Lori, I'm not even sure I knew that. That's a great bit of Lori trivia. Ebony Smith says helping. Scott Klinger says giving back. Chose the Red Cross because of all they do. Taylor Tanner. Hi, Taylor. Thanks for joining. Hi, my professor chose my internship site. I'm glad she chose the Red Cross for me. Taylor, we are so glad they chose it as well. And I think I have a hand up, and I'm hoping it's my very good friend, Aaron Westcott from Cape Fear region. Aaron, how are you today?
Hey, Jamie, I was telling the ladies earlier I'm much, much better. I really had a bad time during the month of January, and actually have been out of commission uh, the month of January and February as far as doing any blood drives, but I've been keeping up with my BVWE responsibilities. A couple of things for me, and some of you have heard my story. My wife passed away back in 2019, in September 2019, but from leukemia. And I had been a blood donor probably since college here and there. But while we were in Chapel Hill at the cancer hospital, I was seeing her getting blood transfusions constantly. And then one day they brought in this little bag of yellow stuff. And I thought, what in the world is that? And I asked the nurse. She said it was platelets. And so she told me about platelets and what their functions were. And I never knew about platelets. All the times I had given blood, nobody had ever mentioned it. So that next day, I gave platelets there at the cancer center. and also gave blood while I was there. And I know it is such a good mission. Blood is such a vital thing we all have to have. And after she passed away, I messed around, didn't know what I was going to do, and I was giving blood there in Wilmington at the donor center, and I asked to volunteer. I said, "Hey, what can I do?" And so I started there, and December 20th of 2020, I became a volunteer. And then somewhere along the way, Terry Stewart got this idea that I'd be a good leader. So he stuck me in a leadership position. But the main thing is, I love to talk. I love being around people. And I couldn't think of any better way to do that than volunteering for the Red Cross and working blood drives.
Well, and we're so glad to have you. And I can personally attest because you and I have done at least one blood drive together back when. So yeah, Aaron is a wonderful asset to BVWE and represents us so well. And thank you for sharing. And sounds like you're on the up and up. So thanks for joining us today. Sorry you've had a rough start to 2026. Anyone
Thank
else
you,
have
Aaron.
anything to share? Oh,
I was telling him thank you because I know I spoke to him when he wasn't well and he was still doing his responsibilities. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
all right. If you have any other things you want to share in the chat, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we're going to give you one more quote as far as why to serve. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Many people have said that. It's originally attributed to Gandhi. Best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That's me with my good friend and volunteer Carol Elliott, who lives in High Point, North Carolina. Carol, I don't know if you're on the call. Probably not. Carol's not really much of a computer person. She's my landline friend, but she does wonderful volunteer work for us, going back years in the High Point area. Thank you all for being here. Next slide.
All right, so we're going to talk about volunteering expectations and support and be very general with it. So all of us are volunteer engagement representatives. So what is that? These are staff members who supervise, train, engage, and recognize BDAs. Sometimes, like Aaron said, you'll spot a rep at a blood drive with you. We like to extend gratitude to the blood donor ambassador for all their hard work and dedication, and also provide continuous support, education, presentations that will broaden the volunteer skill set. Let's see. While I'm going to when do you reach out, I want you to think about how can we better serve you as volunteer engagement reps, and you can throw that in the chat. So when do you reach out? For my area, when you want to schedule a shift, and I'm sure that's for everybody else. If you do not know how to self-register, that's absolutely fine. Just shoot us an email, give us a call, do the old landline, and we will schedule you for a shift. Also, if any issues arise or if there's anything to lift up, you can fill out the survey volunteer at the end of your shift. But also a nice email would, if it's something to lift up, we'd love to hear it. If there's something that happened at the drive that you would like to address, we're your advocates. So make sure you reach out and you let us know if there's anything that we need to be aware of. Now, asking everybody, how can we better serve you as volunteer engagement reps? You can throw it in the chat or raise your hand if you would like. Okay, everybody think on that one, and if you
I
do
take
have
that silence as good news.
yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
what
if
I
you
was
have
saying,
any
Lori.
questions. And throughout the presentation, we'll all throw our information in the chat and what territory we cover so that if you're not sure, that information will be there.
And Krista, can I just say, just
Sure.
want to, please don't be shy. It really helps us to, sometimes when we want to give you little goodies, little, anything to have an idea what it is that, or how you see that we could better serve you. It doesn't have to necessarily be things. It could be suggestions, how we can improve on certain things as well. So we welcome that. Thank you so much.
Okay, and so on this slide, I get to share. On this slide, we get to see some of the beautiful smiling faces that completed an amazing 13,386 volunteer hours of service. And that's just over the months of October, November, and December. So yeah, just take it in there. You might see your picture there. So
Hey,
I don't know if
Rebecca,
any
can
of
we
you
get a
want to
whoop
call
whoop?
out.
Can we get a whoop whoop?
Yeah. So many beautiful faces there. And then on the second slide, we get to see some more lovely faces. And these are more volunteers that helped us support Red Cross blood drives by filling 2,652 blood drive shifts, again, over just the months of October, November, and December. So thank you all to this really important and impactful way that you've helped us save lives. Next slide. And here, this is just a quick mention, as many of you probably have seen through Red Cross communications. I think also it's gone out on possibly different news bulletins. We are right now, the Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage as requests from hospitals, unfortunately, are exceeding the available supply of blood. The severe blood shortage is especially serious for platelets and types O, A negative, and B negative blood. So at this time, all donors are being urged to really donate throughout the winter if you're able to. And we greatly appreciate all of you that are able to donate and have during this appeal, because appeals are essential to helping us keep available blood on hospital shelves. Next slide. And when we enter into an appeal, oftentimes we encourage our volunteers to prepare for these high volume days, because this can result in full appointment slots, perhaps a larger number of people walking in. We could see an increase in the number of new blood donors, which could be great. And then sometimes there might be longer than normal wait times. So just a friendly reminder and another great thank you to say thank you so much for regularly checking the blood drive schedule for open shifts and helping us to ensure that every blood drive is fully supported. So thank you. And I will turn it over to Terry.
Thank you. Let's talk about some volunteers getting involved here. Some simple steps is to register for future shifts, visit Volunteer Connections for the blood drive schedule, training opportunities. You can participate in various training sessions to prepare for the volunteering experience. Contact information, and you can reach out to your engagement rep for assistance with questions or about your role as a blood donor ambassador. And the volunteer support, enjoying ongoing support for our team, making your volunteer journey smooth and rewarding. Next slide. American Red Cross Volunteer Training Overview here. The purpose of the training is to ensure volunteers feel confident and prepared in their role, promote safety, consistency, and mission-aligned services, training areas that are covered, volunteer connection call, which will be talked about just a little bit, Latino engagement initiative, sickle cell initiative, which can be found in EDGE, caring communication that happens quarterly, CPR training on a national month, and that is actually February is the month where employees and volunteers can get free CPR classes, and you can register there, as you see, as ARC Biomed FY26 and register for a free CPR class, CPR first aid class. What you gain is practical skills, support for blood drives and engagement representatives, access to ongoing learning opportunities. And
Terry,
I'm
I
going
have
to
a
turn you over
question.
to, yes,
Question.
ma'am.
So you're saying this code allows me to get free CPR? So I need to
Glad
know
you
this code?
to register for the CPR class. Thank you.
Okay,
Great question.
and it will be free, right?
Yes,
Thank you, sir. Just want to make sure.
great question. And I will turn it over to Lori, which is going to give us a training overview.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Lori, I'm going
Terry.
to stop sharing so that you can share your screen. Does that sound okay?
I was just about to ask you. Thank you so much. Yes, I will share my screen. So can everybody see that screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is one of my volunteers. This is Volunteer Connection, and Volunteer Connection is really our Bible. It's what we use all the time. It's how we navigate. It's how we fill shifts. It's how you navigate. So if you can go on one of those calls, the Volunteer Connection calls, it really does make a difference. It helps you. It helps us. It just makes things run very much smoother. I'm going to show you some updates and some improvements and additions and amendments to Volunteer Connection that just recently came about. We always kind of groan when they do updates on Volunteer Connection because we know that we're gonna have to learn something new, or it's gonna look different, or it's gonna, just throw us for a loop for a little while, but we always adjust. But I'm using one of my volunteers here, Morgan Ray, and she has agreed to let me use this. So I've gone on her site, and I want to show you how when you go to My Shifts and you go all the way down to Global Shifts and do blood drive schedule, and when you hit that, when you click that, it brings up this screen of this calendar. Now she has 2 counties. She's in North Carolina, and both her counties are in North Carolina. And many of you have multiple counties that you're in. So to toggle or to look at all of, first of all, if you want to just look at one county, she has Forsyth. We'll just do Forsyth, and you can put in that county and then do apply filter, and it'll just give you the ones in Forsyth. Now, if you want both counties, you can click on that county again and put both counties in and do apply filter, and it will give you all the counties, her 2 counties, but if you have more, you can add on as many as you have. Some of you have quite a few. Now, let's say she wants to register for Grace Lutheran Church on the 14th. We're going to click on that, and when it comes up, oh, that was not a good one. It doesn't have any information. Let me go to a different one. Let's go to
Lori,
Samaritan.
does the color make a difference? Why do I click on the red one?
Yes, okay, the red ones, thank you, Andrea. The red ones are blood drives that are available. So that's got an available shift, that is available to sign up. So if you click on a red one, and we're going to click on Samaritan's Purse because I hope it has some. Yeah, so when you click on that one to go register for it, if you'll notice right here, it says give in March for a $15 gift card by email, and successful donations get an A1C testing at rcblood.org for March. So it gives you information, promotions. It also, if there are certain driving or parking or informations that you need an ID for that blood drive, it'll give you additional information. So, and if you look over here to the left, it says parking lot, the Red Cross bus. It tells you it's a bus. It tells you the county. So that gives you more information on the blood drive, the address, and it just gives you some insight as to what you can expect. So those are wonderful new improvements in the Volunteer Connection, and I really, really want to encourage all of you, if you haven't, to go on to that Volunteer Connection call with Ron and Cheryl. Is it Cheryl? Yes. Ron and Cheryl, and they have wonderful information. They can show you even more things, but these are some great new improvements that have happened to Volunteer Connection in just recently. And I'm going to stop sharing. Do we have any questions, first of all?
Are there any other colors that I will see on the calendar other than red or the gray?
Yes, if you are signed up for a shift, it's going to be green. So as you can see here, she's signed up for Boone Community, and so your shifts that you're signed up for are going to be in green. Thank you, Andrea.
And what's the blue one?
The blue one is, they are filled. That means they are filled, and the gray ones are filled too. The blue ones are filled.
Partially, maybe.
Well, it doesn't say there's any registration for the blue one, but it might be it's blue because of the medical assistant,
Oh, okay.
because mine are still showing the medical assistant. Somebody's got their hand up. Aaron, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, mine, this is a great tool. We've been using it for quite some time now. Now, the blue that we see here, that is an open shift. Okay, they need someone there. If it's red, it's usually critical that it's getting close to the date. And then if it's light blue, that are shifts that are coming up but it has not come time to register on them. And I encourage the volunteers to look ahead, at the light blues to see if there's something out there that they might want to volunteer for, and jot that date down, put it on their calendar. So when it pops up and it turns blue, they can go ahead and register.
Okay, you're right. So one of the blues, the John Deere, they still need one more registrant. And so the blue, so I'm not sure why the other blue didn't show a registrant. But my calendar is kind of different because we are still showing medical screeners. So that might be why some of mine are still blue. But you're right, the blue are upcoming and they will be available at a certain date. Okay.
Thank you for answering my question, Lori. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, Andrea, it's you.
Oh, it's my turn?
Or it could be whatever you'd like.
Good afternoon, everybody. And so my responsibility is to go over updates. Recently, one of our incentives was the tumbler incentives, and I don't unfortunately have one in front of me. I could call on Jamie. He always has something. But for those of you, we all want to make sure that everybody that qualified did receive your tumbler. And so if you believe you qualify and you didn't get it, please let us know or reach out to your supervisor in your area. But again, we have a list of everybody that qualified for tumblers, and everybody that qualified should have already received one. And just a reminder, because I know in my area I had a few people who said they know they qualified, but they didn't get one. So again, reach out to your supervisor. Let's see, gift card incentive. And I just jumped over since we're talking about incentive. This past winter, that incentive was done by our supervisors for the end of the year, and it was gifted to only 2 people. Names were placed in a bag, so to speak, or a box, and the names were pulled out. We had nothing to do with it, with just a random selection. And so we got 2 people in each area that will receive the gift card, and those 2 people were already notified. So just in case you saw that, I also had people that were asking about how come I didn't, or whatever the situation is. It wasn't for everybody. The names were put in a box and 2 names were randomly selected in each area. Going back to Power Red, I kind of wanted to tie in with, I think it was you, Rubette, that was talking about, our call for donation. And this is the time that's a critical time that we're calling for that. And so also we want to make everybody aware of the Power Red updates. We sent out a link more than a month ago about power reds when we were having issues with having enough of the bags that were needed or used to collect power reds, the restrictions that we were under. So we're no longer under those restrictions. So we want to share that. Also, we're going to drop in the chat, right, Krista? I think we can drop it in the chat in case you did not see that power red video. It's only 6 minutes, truly is 6 minutes. And it has a lot of information that we need that will help us, updated information. So we would like everybody to look at that if you didn't see it, and please send us your name so we can document that you did receive that training. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat or come off mute to ask anything about pyrite. But again, the restrictions that we had on pyrite is lifted. And as you know, what are the blood types? Anybody want to put in the chat that we collect for pyrites if you know? Anybody? I'm not seeing anything in the chat. What blood types do we collect for pyrites? Ah, Miss Andy, thank you. You say O, A neg, B neg. That's correct. Anything else we want to add? Anybody? Do we collect AB positive or AB negative?
No A. Plop is positive.
Right. Well, no AB. AB. We don't collect AB positive or negative in pyrites at all. But there are adjustments that we can collect a positive or a B positive if that person does what? Does anybody remember that part? If they have an association with something. No takers. If they have an association with a CEK for sickle cell. So, and those people will be notified, and they'll know who they are, that they at times can give pyrites. The volunteer connection training call, most of us or all of us should already be aware or familiar with that call. It occurs weekly, same time every week. We have a new time now, and Adrian, I'm not sure if he's on here, but anybody knows the new time, the correct time? Is it Thursdays at 7?
It's Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you, Krista. So just a reminder, Wednesdays at noon, Thursdays at 7. Thursdays at 7 is the new time. Okay, if you need to take that call. And in case anybody else asks you about it, you can direct them to that. Shall we put that information in the chat, Krista? Or just say it out?
I just did.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My teammates are the bestest. And
Krista,
anybody
we do
know
too.
what the benefits of booking ahead is? Mr. Aaron. Yes, sir. Did you have a question or a comment?
Sorry, I didn't cut my mic on.
That's okay.
I'd like to run back to the Power Reds real quick. You said there was a Power Red video. Where would we find that video?
It was sent up, but we can I can send you the link to that.
Okay, and I may have done it, and I just don't remember it. While I was sick, my memory sort of went away too. So.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, if you would please, thank you.
Trust me, I don't have to be sick for my memory to go away sometimes, so I understand. Okay, no worries. Anybody want to talk about the benefits of booking ahead? Or why do you think we should book ahead, or you think it's a great idea to book ahead? Or does
Sorry,
anybody
everybody,
know?
I got knocked out.
That's okay.
I got knocked out here.
I saw that. That's okay. And how do we book ahead? Does anybody know that? You want to put it in the chat? How do we book ahead?
Andrea, my screen changed. I don't have it's gone to something different.
You're seeing everybody's initials?
Yes.
That's fine. We're
Oh, is
still
that,
just
oh, okay.
I'm still just talking like it's no big whoop until it comes back up. But the
Okay,
next thing
all
that
right.
we're talking about is booking ahead. If anybody knows what booking ahead is, or knows the benefit, or why do you think booking ahead is important or beneficial?
Is that where you're talking about using the little handheld pad?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it is beneficial. Particularly, there's one blood drive that I used to do down at Holden Beach at the chapel, and those people come every time, and we have that pad there, and they do their own booking.
Yep.
Basically, they know what they're doing. They'll take it, and they'll pick their time. I mean, it's pretty neat, but a lot of people don't want to mess with it. They'd rather wait until it's
Right.
closer to a time, pick their own time, their date, that kind of stuff.
Right. And that's true. Thank you for sharing that, Aaron. And also, we just try to encourage them, let them know, hey, you book now, you don't have to worry about it later. We try to tell them it's less calls that you get if you have scheduled an appointment ahead of time. So, but there are quite a few benefits to having for booking ahead. It guarantees you have an appointment when you come in, so save you the hassle. And then oh, also, just a reminder, shift surveys, because when I go and help out at a blood drive, I also get the survey. Everybody gets a survey at the end of the week, usually comes out on a Friday, and asking you how was your drive. Um, it's only a few questions that are on there asking just to describe how your drive went, any difficulties, any suggestions, anything occurring like that. And please, please, please do fill those out because we do look at them and we do discuss any concerns that we receive. So it's very, very important that you please, anything you think that you need to share with us, please. I mean, with pertaining to the questions, please to answer that survey and submit it so we can make necessary corrections, as well as compliments. It's not always negative. Sometimes people fill them out with compliments, and we love those as well. Okay. And these are just a few upcoming holidays and observances for February. Well, we already missed Groundhog Day. I think he lied this year because the snow that we had. February 12th coming up is Lincoln's birthday. February 14th, Valentine's Day. February 16th, President's Day. Mardi Gras, February 17th, and February 18th is Ash Wednesday. And all month long is Black History Month. And that takes us into Black History Month, which is now. We're celebrating Black History Month. Let's see, we have a few people that I had to learn about from Black history that's also associated with the Red Cross that I didn't know, and I learned that. There we go. Susie King Taylor is one. And let me see if I can go from memory who Susie King Taylor is. I don't know if I remember. Let's see. This is what you get for not having my information in front of me. But I could tell you, I can go to Frederick Douglass and I can tell you about Miss Susie King. He knew Clara Barton well. And he was instrumental in helping to get the Red Cross set up, which was very great information for me to learn. I didn't know that till I started working at Red Cross that he helped her with that. They were friends. He liked um, what the Red Cross meant and seeing her help the wounded soldiers. So he helped to get that off the ground and also helped to um, get care for the black soldiers as well. So that's pretty cool. Did anybody else know about Frederick Douglass? No? Miss Susie King Taylor. She was let me see, she was the first Army nurse during the Civil War, and later an educated author. She served alongside future Red Cross founder Clara Barton, caring for sick and wounded soldiers too. and she is a volunteer with the Union military. After the war, she opened schools for African Americans in Savannah and Midway, Georgia. Did I see a hand or something? I'm sorry. My computer screen jumped, so I'm not sure. Anybody have a question?
Nobody hand is up, Andrea.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
good.
Okay. And does everybody know who Dr. Charles Drew is? Anybody? Can any of my teammates tell me one thing about Dr. Drew?
He was responsible for blood donations, getting blood donations in the Black community, and for the labs, for something in the labs. Yep, I'm not real up on him.
That's okay. And he also was the person associated with plasma collection and being able to process it, you know, and to store it. Plasma collection. What are you saying, Darlene? I'm sorry. And Andy said improved techniques for blood storage. That's true, yes. And Jamie said founder of the traditional blood bank. Correct. How about Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune? She was an educator and a civil rights leader. She helped usher in a sustained presence of Black Americans in the mission of the Red Cross. One of the things I like with the representation here for Black History Month is that they all have some association with the Red Cross. So that's pretty cool. She advocated for the desegregation of blood collection practices. She hosted blood drives and she encouraged African American women to staff the canteens during that time. And during World War II, she served as director of the Florida chapter of the Red Cross, helping to build bridges with the Black community while advocating for employment opportunities, disaster relief, diverse representation of Red Cross. Let's see. Major Della Hayden. She was, and I had a specific note I wanted to share, Krista, but that's okay. She's a nurse and a military trailblazer. She became the first Black nurse accepted into the U.S. Army Corps in 1941 after securing endorsements from the American Red Cross, which was a requirement in order for her to do what she needed to do. In order for her to become a military nurse, she had to get an endorsement from the Red Cross, and you had to be invited to receive an invitation for that as well. She served as a chief nurse at the Tuskegee Army Airfield Station Hospital during World War II, managing the first Black nurse assigned to care for the Tuskegee Airmen. And Peter S. Riley. He's a psychology professor and humanitarian, championed African American presentation in the Red Cross mission. And as a Red Cross first aid instructor in 1941, he trained over 300 students, faculty, and employees at the Bowie State University, which is an HBCU in Maryland. Any questions? Oh, thank you, Darlene. I saw that. She founded the Bethune-Cookman HBCU. Yes, she did. Thank you. And that's for Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. Thank you. Any questions? We can go to the next slide. And so the Heartbeat of Hope, during Black History Month, the Red Cross is partnering with community organizations to host over 460 blood drives supporting people living with sickle cell disease. And this support is especially critical in winter months when patients with sickle cell disease tend to experience more pain crisis, resulting in more hospitalizations and requiring blood transfusion. And so when our communities give together, we heal together, creating a legacy of health, hope, and healing. And so we're commemorating 100 years of Black history by rolling up a sleeve to give blood. Any comments or anything else going on? Any questions, comments? Okay. And this is just for me, a little tidbit that I wanted to throw in. Miss Lucia Harris, She was the first and only female drafted by the NBA, which I thought was very impressive. No one else been recruited since she was, and she was recruited in 1977, I think. Yes, 1977. 6 feet 3 inches tall. First and only. She was drafted, I think, in the seventh. She was one of in the seventh pick at seventh. What's the term? Come on, Darlene. I know you know, and Jamie, because I'm not a athletic buff. But when they pick you, what's
The
it called?
draft.
Draft. She was the
The
seventh
draft
draft pick.
round.
Yes, yes. In the seventh round. Thank you. I couldn't think the word left me. So she was drafted in the seventh round. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Yes, I see. Is that Miss Julian?
Yeah, hey, I just had a question about sickle cell. Is it true that there is a procedure that can help people no longer have sickle cell, but it's just astronomically expensive and insurance won't pay for it?
Um,
That is
true,
true.
but
Yeah.
it is actually true, but to describe all the procedure is beyond my scope, but that is true. That is correct.
That's so sad. Thank you, though. I'm glad that there's at least something out there. Hopefully it'll come down in price.
It's gonna have to come down drastically in price.
Yeah, I can speak on that a little bit. They use CRISPR, which is like a gene editing technology. I don't know how much it costs, but that's what they're currently experimenting with.
Yeah, we had a session on that, and they talked a little bit about the different treatments that could possibly do that. And yes, it's quite extensive.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Melissa.
All right, thank you, Andrea, so much
You're
for
welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
We are going to use this moment to highlight one of our volunteers here in the northeast central of northeast central. That's not the North Carolina eastern part of the state. Excuse me. It's a day. Is it Monday? It feels like a Monday. This is Penny. She embodies the strength of generosity that defines the American Red Cross. With every shift, she offers more than assistance. She offers comfort, kindness, and a sense of reassurance to donors walking through our doors. Her presence reminds us that the greatest impact often comes from the simplest acts: a warm greeting, a steady hand, a compassionate smile. And behind each number is a moment where Penny helps someone feel cared for, and those moments have touched countless lives. We are grateful and celebrate Penny not just for what she has done, but who she is: a gentle source of hope, a dependable teammate, and a shining example of what it means to give from the heart. And I know a lot of folks know Penny on this call and would agree that she is just someone to uplift. She's like I said, a steady hand, always following through, but also is always mission centered, knows why we're doing, why we do what we do, know why we volunteer, know why we put in all the long hours. And she's fully mission based. And that's one of the things that I love most about Penny. So she's not on the call today, but I told her we were lifting her up and celebrating her today. So think of Penny. I believe she has a shift today. So, all right. And then
And
Jamie,
I was gonna say, I
okay,
know one of Penny's favorite gifts.
what is it? Tell me now.
All things kitchen, all things
Yeah,
kitchen,
right.
dish towels, anything. She loves those things. She's great.
She got me a candle warmer for Christmas, which I was like, yes. She's so creative with all the gifts, and she's doing recognition and appreciation. She's making cookies and snacks for events that we have, doing the pilot programs that we have going on in the area. So she is, and being on the lead team, she's an exemplary. She's a wonderful example of what it is to be a dedicated blood donor ambassador. Here we have our February incentives. Jamie, you do so well doing this. Do you want to?
I would love to. Yes, I would
Yay.
love to. So, hey, speaking of gifts, we were talking about gifts. Several current and upcoming gift promotions for our blood donors to be aware of. Also, and I like to keep things light, but just a reminder, we all work for and volunteer with a crisis organization, and the blood collection is currently in crisis. So as my teammates mentioned earlier in the call, the restrictions that we had the last several months related to Power Reds have all been lifted. So if you were to drive with the Power Red machine, feel free to lift up that option as appropriate. We also just finished the January donor promotion, which was the drawing for the Super Bowl tickets. Eric J from oh gosh, my mind just went blank. From up north.
Massachusetts?
What's
Is it
that?
Massachusetts?
He was from Massachusetts. Thank you. He won and took his buddy as his +1. I'll put a picture in the chat. But they're both Patriots fans. Wah wah wah. And they were at the game representing the Red Cross. He's a blood donor there this past Sunday. You might have even seen him in the crowd. But currently there's a $20, pretty generous $20 e-gift card. It comes through email. I donated week before last and got mine that same week over the weekend over email. It's a real email that the donors get, and it says that the heading is something like "Thank you" or "The Red Cross thanks you." Thank you for being an invaluable part of our blood donation. We can't do it without you. Go all the way to the bottom, and here you can redeem a card. It's from a company called Tango Card, and there's literally dozens and dozens and dozens of things to choose from, including, Amazon and several restaurants and other companies that have e-commerce. But a $20 gift card that is in full effect from right now till the end of the month. In March, there'll be a $15 Amazon gift card, plus the A1C testing is coming back. The donors don't have to do anything to get it. It's a complimentary service, but that will be going on throughout the month of March. At the end of March, going into April, so leading up to the Easter holiday, we have a new T-shirt coming. It's a Life is Good T-shirt. If you're familiar with Life is Good, there's an image of it there, and it's one of those Life is Good stick people chilling in the donor chair giving blood. It says "Life is good, donate blood." It's this really nice gray blue. I think that's going to be super popular, but that's going on for 3 weeks, March 30th through April 12th. Later this year, and we don't have all the details, but later this year, the Red Cross also has donor partnership gifts with Wheel of Fortune, Hello Kitty, and Looney Tunes, specifically the Space Jam version of Looney Tunes. And we're not sure if there's going to be socks or shirts or hats or what have you, but those are all coming later in 2026. But wanted everyone to be aware so you can answer questions that donors have and help lift up those donor rewards.
At a
Next
blood
slide,
drive near
please.
you.
At a blood drive near you. Next slide, please. And at this point, thank you all for staying with us for 50 full fun minutes. We're going to turn it over for questions and discussion. If you have any. If you don't have any, you're free to go. Be sure to, before you do, make sure you include 1 full hour of training time for this in your volunteer connection account, or send it to your supervisor as needed. But yeah, going to open up the floor to questions and discussion. And we already have one from Andy Stewart. Andy, what's going on?
Thank you, Jamie. I am experiencing with the new driver's license that it's not scanning. And I'm talking about in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and New York. And it's the ones that have this new image in the lower right-hand corner. And I don't know if anybody else has been experiencing that, or if there's anything that we can do, because mostly it's making us have to require the donor to manually key in their name and their date of birth.
Yeah, that's frustrating. I don't know about those in particular. So I'm in North Carolina there's like an old version and a new version of the license. The old version, here I happen to have one right now. The old version has two scannable barcodes on the back, top one and the
Right.
bottom one. The bottom one is the one we need, so I usually put my finger right there, make sure it scans that and only that, so it doesn't get a false positive.
Yeah.
The newer North Carolina driver's license only have the one barcode, which looks like the bottom one there. Sometimes we can't get them to scan. I have found that asking for a trade out scanner gun, if the staff has them, sometimes works. Sometimes it's just a weird scanner. We can take that one out, plug it in, it goes beep, beep, and then suddenly it starts scanning again. Outside of that, and I get what you're saying, because, you know, slowing everything down to have the donor type everything in
Yeah.
on those things is not the smoothest thing. There is also, if you have a printed donor list, so if they give you, and they usually do in my area, if the staff or the sponsor gives you a printed donor list of who to expect that day, anyone that's donated with us before has a 6-digit donor ID number. It's numbers and letters like 4Q11BY on the sheet. You can type in those 6 digits in the same space where it asks for the, you know, where it prompted you to scan, and it will
Okay.
check them in that way, just the same way. That does not take the place of them needing some form of ID. They will need some form. So if they have no ID, you know, the good folks in the back are not going to stick a needle in their arm until they have some
Okay.
form of ID. But if you can't get it to work in that moment, either I would say try a different scan gun, or type in that 6-digit donor ID number on the sheet, unless any of my associates have even better options.
Okay, great. Thank you. The scan gun's not going to make it any different because I've done it at 3 different blood drives.
Gotcha.
So
So it's not the
it's a
scan gun, it's
consistent, yeah,
the
it's a
IDs.
consistent problem. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is why we encourage them to get the donor app, because that makes it so much easier.
Yes.
So much easier.
Yes.
And it would be great if we could get some more of those little business cards that say how to install the donor app. I have not been able to get those in over 6 months
Ooh,
and have been
I don't
requesting those.
know if I've seen the business cards. That's
All
cool.
right, it's a little,
Yeah.
it's about the size of a business card, and you can pass them out because, you know, otherwise you've got to sit there and explain to them again. It's time consuming if you have a, you know, big drive. But, you know, it's simple to say, go to the, you know, your app store, Red Cross donor app, etc. But this, some people, especially if they're a little on the older side or, you know, have problems with computers, they don't know how to load it. And if you give them that card, it's wonderful. They just load it instantly and take it from there.
Or my father, who just refuses to use apps, period. So
yeah. Well,
he'd
Andy,
rather
I will
hang
put in
out there
another-
all day and type it all in.
What, Crystal?
I'll ask the collection staff again to see if they can give you those cards, because I thought Nathaniel had gave them to you.
Nope. No,
he
that
didn't.
and the-
Okay, so
the
I'll reach back out to
name tags.
Nathaniel and let him know that you didn't receive them.
Okay, nope, haven't gotten them. Thanks, Crystal.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ms. Hurley.
Just a quick maybe suggestion or something. I've had just a few of the first time blood donors come in, and it would be really great if we had something to give them to be like a celebration. Hey, first time. I have never seen anything like that, even if it's just a sticker. Do we have anything like that that celebrates, hey, you came in?
We used to have.
I have seen
We used to have a
stickers.
bunch of different stickers. First time donor, power red donor, this kind of all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
they're
we used
round,
I know
right,
the
Andrea?
color
They were
red.
like
Yep.
round stickers on a roll.
But they're
Yeah.
not
have a
every
lot of
blood
those.
drive. And we
Yeah,
used
I
to
think
have
our
little
fixed site
pins
has them.
too.
Yes, we did. We had pins.
Pins, but they have stopped doing that. But some, if you ask the staff, sometimes they will have the round first time donor stickers. But what I do is I write on their other sticker, their name badge, first time donor, just so the staff knows. But I would like to get back to that, Juliana. I agree. They need some kind of recognition. Agreed.
Yeah, because a lot of times, the last The last blood drive I was in, young man came in, it was his first time. He didn't feel well afterwards. I mean, he was doing great, and then he didn't feel well. And I did alert them, hey, he's got a headache. And of course, he ended up, it wasn't pretty, but hopefully he'll come back. He ended up, I guess, getting sick and all of that. But yeah, I do tell the phlebotomist, I say, hey, this is his first time, and try to make it like a very, hey, great, woohoo, give him a high five
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Good idea. Yep, I agree.
Thank you for doing that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Love it.
Is there anything else? I thought I saw someone else's hand, but okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you found the information useful and also you enjoyed your time with us this past hour. Like Jamie said, make sure you log in 1 hour of training on Volunteer Connection. Thank you so much for all your support, all you do, you are valued, and we see you. So thank you so much.
And
Love
we
you
enjoyed our
all.
hour with you. So thank
Yes,
you.
love you all. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Great job, everyone.
Don't forget, share those suggestions if you have any.
Yep, and remember to put your hour in the in Volunteer Connection.
Thank
I have a
you.
quick idea that I just seen. The lady in the middle that has donor on board sign. If we could get stickers like that people could put, a lot of people love bumper stickers, okay? If we had something like that we could give the donors, I think that'd be great. They would just let people know, hey, I'm a blood donor.
And we
I love
used to
that.
have those too, so hopefully we can get some of that stuff back. I see them when they come into the fixed site. A lot of people, the regulars have them.
Yeah.
I hope
We
they
used to
come
have
back.
those stickers too that says "Be kind to me, I donated," or just like those voting stickers. We had a bunch of different stickers. Yeah.
Yeah. But now this would be one that they could put on their car.
Right.
On their
Bigger
car,
one.
exactly.
Okay. Something bigger
Yeah.
than just a little round one that we have.
Right.
All right. Thanks. Great
Oh, thank you
beach.
for the suggestion.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You
You
too. Thank you so
You
much.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I fear the recording stopped the moment I got
Oh,
kicked
okay.
out.
I can still
Yeah.
have one more. I don't know who that is.
Mm.
I'm sorry I missed the mission. My computer screen froze. So I had to go to
It,
Jamie. Jamie was my
but
next savior.
Jamie's the whole time I was
We
like,
have
someone's gonna save
who's
us here.
who's
I was
the?
like,
Jamie popping.
Do we have somebody else on the phone on here?
No.
No, they hung up. Okay, I
Okay.
just saw them.
my team's
Yeah.
screen froze. I was like, why are you freezing right when I'm about to do the mission?
I was gonna laugh and say you did need a mission because your son was. I was like, save her. She needs a mission.
So I'm sorry.
That's
Well,
okay.
and I'm sorry for my technical difficulties as well.
But
I didn't even
overall, I
notice.
think we did good.
I
Yeah.
think so. What did everybody else think?
What do you think?
Terry, Rebecca.
Terry?
Ruben
Okay, cool.
says
I'm trying to feed Aiden while we talking, so I'm multitasking.
he's making sure his mission is accomplished.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
He's like, feed me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it went well.
I think so too. It was a lot of good information.
It
It
was
was.
good overall.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm
will
glad we
you
only
find-
had to do it once, but I fear we'll have to go back to doing it twice.
I was gonna say if we didn't do the recording, then yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe we can offer it one more time,
We
but
can do a makeup. Yep.
yeah. And see. I'll talk to April about it, maybe doing a second one. Or maybe we don't and we just know for the future that second having those two is important. So I think we got almost 30 people.
That's still
Yeah,
good.
but what
Yeah.
does the team think though? Do you think we should? I think we should do the makeup maybe, since if we don't have the recording to send out. I don't know.
If we did, since we did the recording, with that, you can still send that out to the
Yes.
volunteers. And then next time we can, if you feel like we need to do another, add a second one on, that's just my suggestion. Send out the recording to the ones who couldn't participate.
Right.
Cause like I had somebody who wanted to join, but she was on jury duty.
Yeah. The problem is that once it cut off, I don't know, did it tell you guys that it stopped recording?
I didn't see that, so.
Oh, that's because
No.
we're still recording.